Hey, over here! I need some help. Thank the Eight Divines. I could really use some help. The name's Bastion. Watch yourself, friend. I was accosted by a dark elf at this very spot. She went into the cave over there hours ago, but she might return at any moment. The dark elf Tanare Vels. She's a traveler I met along the road. The cave is Deep Scorn Hollow. The entrance is over by the dock. I'm here to retrieve a fellow named Quistley Silvel. His family sent me to find him. I think he's in trouble. Untie me, please. The Silvels will pay well if you help me get Quistley out of whatever trouble he's in. And I could use someone to watch my back. Interested? Oh, and check the shack. I think Tanare dropped something during our struggle. Oh, thank you. Look around, would you? I'd like to examine whatever my attacker dropped. I guess the Dark Elf thought she'd be back before I freed myself. I should count myself lucky that she didn't simply murder me. It feels like a Daedra is dancing inside my head. I've been asking about Quistley all over Leowyn for days. An innkeeper told me that he'd fallen in with bored nobles who like to sneak off to caves along the coast for some sort of revels. It's the best lead that I've got. I'm not from around here, but it's known as Deep Scorn Hollow. The story I heard in Leowyn is that a cult celebrated dark rites here long ago. Ever since, the place has had a bad name. But smugglers and other ne'er-do-wells use it from time to time. Someone is. Smugglers would see the value of hiding in a place with an evil reputation. It keeps away the locals. Or bored nobles might be curious about the stories of dark powers and bloody sacrifices. Either way, I mean to take Quistley home. She called herself Tanare Vels. We were traveling in the same direction on the road out of Leowyn and just sort of fell in together. She said something about searching for an old smuggler's cave, but when I described Deep Scorn Hollow, she said that wasn't the one she was looking for. We parted ways soon after. From the bump on my head, it seems she wasn't being entirely truthful. Oh, Quistley's no child. He came to Leowyn on his father's business. The Silvels want Quistley to be responsible and take an interest in filling the family coffers. But his main pastime is living well off his family's wealth. The innkeeper told me that some of Leowyn's upper-class folk like to dabble in dangerous stuff. He'd heard revelers talking about some sort of secret gatherings out here, daring each other to come. Rich, young, and bored. Damned nonsense. Skooma smuggling would be my guess. I haven't seen any obvious signs in the area, but caves like this are the perfect place for shady dealings. And the idea of trading in illicit goods would appeal to Quistley, until he had to actually work. I guess the Dark Elf thought she'd be back before I freed myself. I should count my... Letter. I knew I saw something fall out of Tanare's satchel when she ambushed me. Why, this is a contract. Tanare Vels is bringing Quistley in to pay debts in Leowyn. Damn it! I guess that explains why Tanare knocked me out and tied me up. Of course, that idiot! Quistley would gamble away more than he had in his coin purse. He's done it before. Usually begs his parents for help, though. I ought to just let the Dark Elf have him, but it would be... dishonorable. We better see if we can catch up to her. I'd like to leave her tied up and empty-handed when I drag Quisly out of here by his arrogant nose. Probably? Yes, I did. We were just idly talking on the road. It never occurred to me that someone else might be looking for that petulant brat. It's not the first time I've been asked to get Quisly out of trouble. No, not that I noticed. She said to keep an eye out for smugglers along the coast, and departed soon after. She likely just hung back and followed me the rest of the way. Foolish of me. I should have been more alert. All the time. House Sylvel has interests in a dozen cities. I travel all over Tamriel, looking after their business. I'm a mage by training, but I spend my days dealing with contracts and cargoes. And chasing after Quisly. The Sylvels fostered me from the time I was small, seeing to my education and giving me a place in their home. As I grew older, Lord Sylvel employed me in the family business. What I want to do isn't important. I have an obligation. I should try to hide it better, I suppose. We were raised together, more or less. Except he was the firstborn of a wealthy family, and I was the foundling they took in. Something which Quisly never quite let me forget. Well, it's the right thing to do. I mean, the Sylvels gave me shelter, educated me alongside Quisly, even hired a tutor for me when I showed some magical aptitude. I owe them. And if looking out for Quisly is how I pay them back, so be it. This is different for Quisly. He's not one for any sort of rough living, other than maybe going to gambling dens and taverns in the seedier parts of town. Probably? Yes, I did. We were just idly talking on the road. It never occurred to me that someone else might be looking for that petulant brat. It's not the first time I've been asked to get Quisly out of trouble. No, not that I noticed. All the time, friend. The Sylvels... I should... Well, it's the right thing to do. I mean... This is different for Quisly. There's more to this place than meets the eye. This place... something's not right. I have a feeling this is no smuggler's cave. Probably? Yes, I did. We were just idly talking on the road. It never occurred to me that someone else might be looking for that petulant brat. It's not the first time I've been asked to get Quisly out of trouble. Into it this time. The idiot! This place... stand it down here. It's not what I'd call luxurious. This place... roots. It looks like there's another passage beyond. I wonder what this place was. It doesn't look dwarven. Look! They have captives! We mean you no harm.
Over here!
We're looking for someone.
Let me out before these cultists kill me!
Let me out too! There's a cult of Sithis in these caves! They sacrifice people!
I would not linger here. Flee if you value your life.
Thank you. We've been here for days. You should get out of here too, stranger. These people, the Unmakers, they're crazy. I think they're preparing to sacrifice people. Why would anyone want to do such a thing? I've met no one by that name, but that doesn't mean he isn't here somewhere. The only non-cultist I've seen in days was a dark elf who sneaked by a short time ago. She motioned for us to wait and left without a word. I should go. They're cultists, I think. They follow someone called the Daughter of Sithis, and they talk about sacrifices to the Unmaker. I was on the road to Gideon when they grabbed me. Can I go now?
Before we continue, let's talk a moment. Cultists? That explains some of the decoration in here. So much for the smuggler hypothesis. I didn't expect to have to fight through a nest of cultists to extract Quisley from this mess, but so be it. What's he gotten himself mixed up in now? What's there to know? They worship a god of death, darkness, and primordial chaos. Nothing good can come of that. Quisley's always getting into trouble, but it usually involves love or dice. He could be in real danger this time. Allowing Quisley to be dragged off to angry criminals is not much of an improvement. While Quisley might deserve it, I can't let Tenari Vales get him either. It's a long story. Suffice it to say, I owe his family a great debt. Quisley and I were more or less raised together. The Sylvels count on me to watch out for him, or help him if he needs it. That's what the Sylvels say when they need me to help him. But he's their son. I'm just someone they raised. Forgive me if I sound ungrateful. They took me in and made sure I was clothed, educated, trained. They didn't have to do that. I've lost count. He does as he pleases. Unfortunately, what pleases him seems to land him in hot water. Every time. This, though, how Quisley stumbled into a cult's clutches, I can only guess. I'm the son of Lord Martel Hallex, the traitor. I suppose the story's not well known outside of court circles. My father was one of High King Emmerich's most trusted advisors. But when I was only a toddler, he plotted to secretly murder Emmerich and appoint himself regent. Or so I'm told. He failed, of course. Others in my family were implicated in the plot. The High King stripped House Hallex of its titles and domains. My mother died of shame. I was far too young to have been a part of it, though, so the Sylvels took me in. I know I grumble a lot about the pains he puts me through, but I don't want to see Quisley hurt. On the other hand, a scare might be good for him. He could use a hard lesson or two. I know I grumble.
definitely not a smuggling operation. Looks like the ruin just sunk into the ground here. I know I grumble a lot about the pains he puts me through, but I don't want to see Quistley hurt. On the other hand, a scare might be good for him. He could use a hard lesson or two. Let's call out these cultists. They might know what's happened to Quistley. I'm not really with them. Don't hurt me! You there! Stop! You'd better not lay a finger on me. You have no idea who you're dealing with. Xanathar, give me patience. Could you talk to him? When I'm upset, I can't seem to put two words together. These cultists have me riled. Lady Sylvelle says if I want to be treated like a noble, I shouldn't let my temper get the better of me. What is the meaning of this intrusion? Who are you people? What do you think you're doing here? I warn you, I am favored by the daughter of Sithis. She will avenge every injury you inflict on me. Quistley Sylvelle? He belongs to Leleus now. She is the daughter of Sithis, and none dare defy her. Leave while you can. You're fools if you think you can save him from her.
Such a cozy little home.
Right. The god of schemes consumed it all. And our clockwork god to bargain on the prince's law.
Not much. The elves landed, and there's been fighting throughout the area.
My daughter is stationed there. I hope she's all right. But climb the lattice clockwise. Oh, no, that would cause an enormous explosion.
Welcome to the Mages Guild.
Is there something I can help you with? Ah, good. We're always on the lookout for new members. We're lore keepers across the face of Tamriel. Guild members seek out books, tomes, and ancient scrolls in their travels. Perhaps you'd like to join? Always a pleasure to speak with another knowledge seeker. Guildmaster Vanus will be pleased. We're book hunters, of a sort. We seek out new information, capture it in our libraries, and make copies for distribution across Tamriel. The Guild doesn't care about battlefields or boundaries, just knowledge and the acquisition of new tomes. Vanus Galarian, one of the founding members of this august body, still holds the proud title of Guildmaster, overseeing every guild hall in Tamriel. He works with other ranking members such as Tellinger the Artificer to ensure our future success. We're neutral in the war between the three alliances. While many of us in Daggerfall follow the Lion Banner, when we're on guild business, we kneel to no king or queen. That's why you'll see members of every race in our halls. We provide training in unique spells and abilities only available to members. And from time to time, projects crop up for those with an adventuresome spirit. You may end up working with the Guildmaster himself. Excellent! Allow me to welcome you as a student of the Guild. I suggest you begin by talking to Velast, our mistress of Incunabula. She's at the back of the hall and often has tasks for new recruits. Good luck. Good to see you back again, Adept. The Guild is stronger with you at our side.
It's been so long since I was in the field. The sounds of battle.
Welcome to the Fighters Guild. You look like the capable sort. Have you come to answer the Guildmaster's challenge? The Worthy Crusade of the Fighters Guild. Surely you've heard of it. We have a new Guildmaster and a new singular purpose. Why don't we talk about it for a moment? Ha! I can tell we'll be drawing blades together soon enough. Now, what can I tell you? Our new Guildmaster is an Argonian named Sees All Colors. She has us all hunting down the Daedra and their dark anchors. You might have seen them already. Enormous chains fall from the sky. Plagues of Daedra boil out to lay waste to the countryside. Guildmaster Yofnir passed away very suddenly. Always thought he'd die with a blade in his hand. Instead, he passed in his sleep, called to Sovngarde by his ancestors. We all miss him. But in short order, Colors has proven to be a very able leader. We only raise our blades in service to the Guild. We're neutral in the war between the three alliances. Some of us follow the Lion Banner and King Emmerich, of course. But every race, every creed, belongs under the Guild Hall's roof. Excellent question. We train our members in special techniques, and the higher-ups are always looking for motivated members to help with special projects. You never know when the Council will come looking for more hands. Then let me welcome you as an associate of the Fighters Guild. Get out there and take the fight to the Daedra. You're in luck, too. Sees All Colors herself is here, upstairs. She often has tasks for new recruits. Why don't you introduce yourself?
There's an urgent task for you.
Hey! Hey! Over here! I need some help. Could you talk to him? When I'm upset, I can't seem to put two words together. These cultists have me riled. Lady Sylvelle says if I want to be treated like a noble, I shouldn't let my temper get the better of me. Could you talk to him?
You'd better not lay a finger on me. You have no idea who you're dealing with.
Zenithar, give me patience.
What is the meaning of this intrusion? Quisley Sylvelle? He belongs to Leleus now. She is the daughter of Sithis, and none dare defy her. Leave while you can. You're fools if you think you can save him from her. What is the meaning of the Quisley Sylvelle? No! No! Quisley is Leleus's consort. You'll find them in the Vein of Scorn. I think the way there is back the way you came. Or maybe ahead. He's safe for now, though. They've got someone else to sacrifice today. Please, don't hurt me. They caught a dark elf sneaking around. Even now, she faces the death of the Crystal Fangs in the ritual room just ahead. But Leleus isn't there. She and her brother are in the fane below. Your Quisley is with them, I think. We follow Sithis, Serpent of Chaos, Unmaker, Bringer of Endings. The daughter of Sithis claims this place has been sacred to the Unmaker for years uncounted. Only when all has been consumed in the jaws of the void can the world be reborn. War tears the Empire apart. Daedric sorcery scourges the land. Chaos reigns. In times such as these, what power is greater than chaos? It seemed pretty exciting and different. Now I'm not so sure. I didn't really expect all the killing.
I don't believe him. I think he knows more than he says he does.
I might not have thought this through. I guess I didn't really think things would go this far. Let me go, and you'll never see me again. I swear it.
The daughter of Sithis? The Fane of Scorn? I don't believe it. Quisley's fallen in with death worshippers? Hardly. The only thing that interests Quisley is himself. Either these Sithis followers hid their true nature to lure him in, or he's so besotted with a woman that he doesn't realize he's in danger. Either way, I'd better get him out of here. I'm not sure I believe this sniveling cultist, but we shouldn't let anyone get sacrificed. Not even Tenare Vels. Let's split up. You keep going, in case he's telling the truth. I'll see if I can find out more about the daughter and the Fane.
Please, I'll tell you anything you want. Just let me go. I know where a map of this place is. It's not far. Just, don't hit me.
Helpful of you. What else can you tell me?
Praise Vec. Thank you, stranger. Let's talk somewhere safer. Those idiots were going to sacrifice me to Sithis. Ugh, my skin still feels like I've got 1,000 tiny spiders biting me. That was horrible. Oh, and thank you. I don't know what someone like you is doing here, but I won't argue with Providence. Ah, the dutiful and not terribly clever mage. I'll bet he's angry with me. I took care not to inflict any permanent damage on him, and I fully intended to set him free just as soon as I finish here. It's business, not personal. Then you understand my predicament. I need Sylvel if I want Law's Tull off my back, but it's not worth getting myself killed over. Help me get out of here and I'll help you. I got a look at a map, so I think I know where you can find Sylvel. Not much. Law's Tull suspected that Quisley was hiding out in a smuggler's cave on the coast. I thought I'd have to check them all. Then I ran into your friend, Bastion. I knew there was something off about the smuggler story, though. It didn't fit. He must be in deep, if Law's Tull is willing to write off what I owe to get his claws on Quisley. Too bad for him, but it's a chance for me to get out of a bad situation. Law's Tull makes a good living from other people's mistakes. Or desperation. I borrowed gold against imagined winnings like every gambler ever. You ask a lot of questions. Not to be rude, but I'd really rather find Quisley and get out of here. These cultists already tried to sacrifice me once, after all. I found notes left behind by some unfortunate scholar. He'd apparently come here to make a survey of the ruins. I hope he had the good sense to retreat when he found fresh evidence of occult presence. More likely, he came to a bad end. I did. It's all the way down at the end of this maze, naturally. The scholar's notes hinted that it's an abandoned temple, once dedicated to Sithis. Well, probably not abandoned now. Good. I saw a rough map of this place before I got caught, so I think I know where to go. I'll keep out of your way if we run into more cultists. After that ritual, I'm in no condition for a fight. The cultists definitely go on and on about Sithis. I thought I'd slip in, knock out a smuggler or two, grab this Quisley fellow, and be back in Leowin in time for dinner. No such luck. I run into principled competition and deluded cultists praying to Sithis. I thought I'd slip in. Dead end and a vampire in a cage. This isn't terribly helpful. There's got to be a way through. I know what I saw on the map.
You're not part of
Maybe
this
the
cult,
map
are
showed
you?
a passage
In
that
fact, you
isn't
appear
here.
to be lost.
I would have sworn the map I saw showed a passage here. Unless... could it be a hidden passage? I'll look around a bit. Why don't you see if the vampire knows anything? If he's been here long enough, he must have seen cultists coming or going through any hidden passages. But be careful with him. I don't trust vampires. Perhaps. But I'd rather not fight my way through half the cult to get to Quisley Sylvel. If there's a passage here, it could save us quite a lot of trouble. Get in, get what you need, then get out. That's how I prefer to do things.
Your comrade is correct. There's a hidden door.
I would have sworn the map I saw showed a passage here. Unless... could it be a hidden passage? I'll look around a bit. Why don't you see if the vampire knows anything?
Your dark elf friend watches me with no small amount of suspicion. Perfectly understandable, but I'm not a slave to my hunger. Why are you wandering around Deepscorn Hollow anyway? The daughter of Sithis is fond of sacrificing strangers. I have heard the name. The daughter of Sithis herself has him. These miserable Sithis... pretenders. I can show you the passage you seek. I'll consider it payback for the way they locked me up. They hid the switch for a secret door under that crate over there by the wall. Clever, if one is a child. I cannot believe I thought these weak-minded fools might have a genuine insight into the dark mysteries of Sithis. Lalace is a noble from Leowen who made a game of dabbling in dark lore. As I understand it, she found this place and managed to wake a presence that had been sleeping here for ages. She surrendered to the darkness eagerly. I doubt that it cared. Fools and dilettantes bewitched by the daughter's powers. They believe she is the living embodiment of Sithis' dark will, servant of an ancient power. But the only power she serves is her own avarice and lust, like any greedy mortal.
Huh. Surprisingly helpful.
Give Lalace my regards when you see her. I would want the daughter of Sithis to know that I've been thinking of her.
I think we would have been fine without the vampire's help. He must have been caged up for a reason, right?
Would you do me a favor in return? Perhaps before you rush off, you might unlock this cell? A favor in return for my showing you the switch? Let me again assure you, I'm in control of my urges. I shall not harm you. I came here hoping the temple held answers about my condition. But the cultists discovered me as I fed upon an unwary noble from Gideon. The daughter of Sithis was intrigued, but when she realized I had not yet mastered my powers, she locked me away. Yes, that would be an elegant solution to my predicament. I'm afraid that I'm rather new to this state of being. I haven't figured out that trick yet. I'm still capable of gratitude, stranger. I just want to be free of this place. I came here expecting something quite different. Thank you. Perhaps the friend you seek might still be alive.
I never grow tired of being correct. This should take us right to the cult's hidden temple. Come on! Hold up a moment before we go on. I've been thinking. I stumbled headlong into a bad situation once already. I do try to learn from my mistakes. I've been thinking. There's a good chance we won't find Quisley Sylvel alive. Nothing good. I wouldn't go so far as to say that it comes down to bringing Quisley in, or taking his place, but it's close. I really need to be free of Lars Tull. I barely persuaded him to give me this chance. I won't get another one. This may sound ghoulish, but if Quisley is dead, I'd like his signet ring. It's big, gold, and set with rubies. If I bring it back to Lars Tull, it will show that I held up my end of our bargain, and he would take it in payment of my debt. Someone's coming!
Oh, there you are! I'm afraid I wasted my time on that cultist. He knew nothing. Glad I caught up to you. Oh, I see you found that Tenare. Watch your back, friend.
Try to remember not to kill Quisley Sylvel. If he's wearing cultist robes and singing the praises of Sithis, it might be tempting. But he's somewhat more useful to me alive than dead. Knock a gullible stranger over the head one time and earn mistrust for life, eh? I took advantage of an opportunity. You know we can't both leave with Quisley. I'll duel for him if I have to. I'm very good with my daggers. My, ever the optimistic one, aren't you? Very well. I agree that it's pointless to continue this argument until we have Quisley Sylvel in hand. Or his corpse. But Bastion should know that my daggers aren't just a fashion accessory. Try to remember not to kill...
You put the fear of the gods into our captive cultist. He was sobbing on the floor when I gave up and left. I did meet a surprisingly talkative vampire, though. He told me which way you went. And seriously, do not turn your back on Tenare. Our weepy friend told me that Quisley's quite taken with this daughter of Sithis. Figures. My guess is he told her his family is wealthy, so she's keeping him alive for ransom. We'll probably find them in the shrine they call the Fane of Scorn. She seems like the sort who expects the worst. I remain optimistic. I don't always get along with Quisley, but I don't want him to end up sacrificed by the cult, or turned into some crime boss's object lesson for that matter. Not at the cost of his life. I'll figure out something. I always do. But just in case, warn Tenare that she'd better not try anything foolish when we get Quisley. She caught me off guard once. It won't happen again. You're not even going to apologize, are you?
I'm sorry?
Just keep your distance from Quisley. He's my responsibility.
I suppose we shouldn't keep the daughter of Sithis waiting.
I'm ready to be done with this place. And Quisley too, for that matter. I'm ready to be done with this place. And Quisly.
I suppose we shouldn't keep the... I suppose...
I'm ready to be done. Quisly!
Bastion, what are you doing here? Go away. I'll just... Oh dear. I'll get out of the way.
Arise, my brother. Kill these trespassers.
Before he runs off again. Little bastard.
Quisly turns out to be exactly what I expected. Imagine my surprise. Talk to him and Bastion for a moment. I need to think about how we can resolve our little impasse.
Dare you? Lalice would never have hurt me. She said so.
She murders people. You idiot! You were probably next.
I'm not talking to you, Bastion. Nor to that rude dark elf that just laughed at me.
Just once, it would be nice if Quisly showed some appreciation for having his chestnuts hauled out of the fire. I don't think he understands how much danger he was in.
Quisly turns out to be exactly what I expected. Imagine my surprise. Talk to him and Bastion for a moment. I need to think about how we can resolve our little impasse.
You spoiled everything! You and that lumbering oaf my father insists on sending to make my life miserable, and whoever that dark elf is barging in and ruining my life. Who do you people think you are? Well, that's just your opinion. Everybody here treated me as a guest of honor, and Lalace, the daughter of Sithis, chose me to be her consort. She told me that she'd give me the kiss of Sithis soon. Why would you ruin this for me? I can't believe they sent Bastion after me again. They treat me as if I were a wayward child. I am perfectly capable of managing my own affairs. I refuse to go. That is no concern. Wait. Did you say Lars Tull? Is that why the Dark Elf's here? I've seen her in his headquarters, oh dear. I may owe him some gold. Claim me. I am not some sack of flour to be bargained over. Oh, very well. Bastion works for me, indirectly. I'll go with him. I can write a promissory note for the Dark Elf to deliver to her thug of a boss. He's a terrible person. Leave me alone. Can't you see that I'm in mourning?
This is a new low, even for Quisly. In love with a murderous cult leader? He has the self-preservation instincts of warm bread. I don't think I can keep running after him. It's exhausting.
Bastion doesn't seem very fond of Quisly. I can't imagine why. We compared notes while you were talking with that simpering idiot. Bastion said he might have an idea that would solve things for both of us. Years ago, I lost everything trying to get my brother out of a fishy trading scheme. Lars Tull offered to help me. I'm still paying for it. It would be grand to be done with Lars Tull and to pull one over him at the same time. If Bastion's willing to work with me, and perhaps forget about the knocked out and tied up business, I think we might have room for a compromise. I'm not proud of what I've done to work off my own debts. I'm loath to admit it, but nothing good happens if I drag Quisley back to Lars Tull.
I really don't think there is anything more to discuss. I'm certainly not going back to Leowin to grovel for my life in front of some lizard-faced thug. He's lucky I graced his seedy establishment with a touch of class.
Once we get Quisley out of here, I'm done. I've paid my debt to his family 3 times over. All right. I think I know how to sort this out. If Tenare is prepared to listen, that is, I'm willing to overlook the knock on the head to settle this. First, we need to get Quisley out of Blackwood. Tenare doesn't have anything personal against him. Well, no more than anyone else who meets him. But the criminals she'd bring Quisley to might kill him. I'll threaten to tell his parents about this whole affair unless he cooperates and goes straight back to Daggerfall. Quisley knows that Lord Sylvel can cut him off. It's the only threat that actually scares him. He would have to earn a living. I think we can all walk away from this. We ship Quisley home, secretly. Then we make sure that Tenare has something she can take back to Lars Tull. Thank you, friend. I think Lord Sylvel would agree that you've earned your payment. What do you think, Tenare? Are you willing to give it a try?
I'll need to bring Lars Tull proof of Quisley's demise.
What kind of proof would you need?
I'm clearly not dead!
If I bring Quisley's signet ring to Lars Tull, he'll believe me.
That's what I was thinking. I'll tell the Sylvels that Quisley sold the ring to pay his debt.
I'm right here!
That ring should work. It might even cover most of Quisley's debt.
What? My ring? I'm not giving you a damn thing! Bastion, keep that woman away from me!
Here you go. I'll make sure Quisley understands to stay away from Blackwood.
Thank you. This should clear my account with Lars Tull. And perhaps clear yours with this ingrate and his family too.
We should leave this place. I'll see Quisley on his way when he comes around. Let's go find someone to help. Always ready to help.